Marriage is sweet and it does affect the afterlife, both in this world and in the world to come. And especially if you marry for the wrong reasons, it becomes COVID-19 straight. A sincere Christian will make no plans which God cannot approve. And today, I will give you 10 reasons, which is why most of the people they get married, perhaps which you have not even thought about. Join me in the presentation. Welcome to One Truth, and thank you for joining me today. And here we are building families for eternity. I am so delighted that you have welcomed me in the comfort of your homes, and we will keep you motivated and encouraged daily. For those who are joining us for the first time, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and shout out with a comment. We really appreciate that. And our theme of the year is running towards love. And today, as usual, we are discussing such a very important subject, which is, why did I get married? For those who are joining us for the first time, subscribe to the channel and give us a like. And lastly, share with us your thoughts on the comment section. We'll really appreciate that. Without wasting time, we sit on the subject, why did I get married? The first reason out of 10 is companionship. When Adam was created and put in the Garden of Eden, he was given a responsibility of naming the animals. He looked at the animals were going in pairs, but he was just alone. And he felt a need. And even the angels could not come to cover that loneliness that Adam craved for. And then God, he put him to rest. And that's when we find that Eve was created out of the rib of Adam. And when Adam wakes up, he was so impressed, and he say, the bone of my bones, and therefore I shall call her the woman, because she was taken out of me. What kills a man is the lack of companionship. If you can take a look at someone who has lost his beloved wife or husband, it becomes very hard for that person to survive many more years after he has lost his special person. And considering the book of 1 Kings chapter 1 verse 1 to 4, we read about David. Now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, but he get no heat. Wherefore his servant said unto him, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat. So they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coast of Israel, and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. And the damsel was very fair, and cherished the king, and ministered to him. But the king knew her not. It wasn't an issue of the burning of the body, but companionship. He needed someone to come and give him comfort and the heat in his time when he was old. Second reason why people get married, it is because of age. I remember last week I was talking to someone, and then this person is asking me, are you married? Then I said, no. Then she asked me, why are you not married? Don't you know that the kids will finish in heaven? I then laughed and said to her, there is no rush in Africa. And when it comes to marriage, it is something that is supposed to be taken hasty, slow. You don't need to rush. Because if you rush, you will crash. So many people get married because of age. We look at that, the parents or even the people in society, they are always coming to ask, why are you not married? Don't you see that your peers are married? They even have children. Why are you taking so long? Let's quickly look at the book of Genesis chapter 38, verse 8 to 11. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. The third reason why people get married is because of children. But if they're married because of the children, and when those children are not there, it becomes so sour in marriage. When we have to look at Abraham and Sarah, it came to a time that they were old, and Sarah was not happy at all. She says to Abraham, "My Lord, why can't you enter into my maidservant Hagar, and she bears a son on my behalf, because I am failing to give you children?" So it's something that was eating her inside. Why is it that she is failing to give Abraham a son? This takes me to a session which we had with our favorite mentor. He says to us, "Why do you want to get married?" And we say it out our reasons. And my special person, she then says, "The other reason is because I want to have children." And he then says to her, "What if you don't have children? How are you going to go about it?" So when we look at others, they marry because they want to have children. What are your reasons? The book of Genesis chapter 4 verse 1, it says, "And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord." And here we see a happy couple, Adam and Eve, that they were happy after they managed to conceive their own children. And considering the book of Psalms 27 verse 4, it says, "As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth." The fourth reason is because of intimacy. You'll realize that the body is burning and it now needs someone close. I would love to take this opportunity to share a story about a certain couple. They were desiring to be married. At one point in time, they managed to plan very well and made all the necessary arrangements. And there comes an opportunity when the pastor pronounces them the husband and the wife. They were so happy, and the tears of joy were all over their faces. And it came to a time that they were to go for a honeymoon. And as they were there in honeymoon, they spent all their time together. And when it came to the evening time, the husband was reading the Bible. And then the wife says, "I'm retiring to bed. Make sure that you do follow me." And then he says, "I'm right behind you." The wife waited and waited, and then she came back to say, "My husband, come, let us retire to bed. It's late now." He came also. And now as they went to retire on bed, the wife was expecting that the husband is going to make some moves, but he could not do anything up until she ended up trying to make some moves. And then the husband started to even talk in tongues, and then she left him. And the wife ended up getting upset about it. "Is this why you got married? You can't even touch me. Why? What is wrong with you? Is there anything that is wrong with me perhaps?" She ended up calling the pastor. "I don't know what is wrong with my husband. He can't even look at me. He can't even touch me. Why? What is wrong? I now want a divorce. I'm tired of this." And then the pastor calls them together and he says, "What is wrong with you? What is wrong? What's happening?" And the pastor finally managed to say that the husband was so shy that he can't even hold the hand of the wife. Intimacy is very essential in marriage. And let's read from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1 to 9. "Now with regard to the issues you wrote about, it is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman. But because of immoralities, each man should have relations with his own wife, and each woman with their own husband. A husband should fulfill his marital responsibility to his wife, and likewise a wife to a husband. It is not the wife who has the rights to her own body, but the husband. In the same way, it is not the husband who has the rights to his own body, but the wife. Let's look at verse 5. It says, "Do not deprive each other, except by mutual agreement for a specified time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then resume your relationship so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control." I say this as a concession, not as a command. I wish that everyone was as I am, but each has his own gift from God, one this way, another that. To the unmarried and widows, I say that it is best for them to remain as I am. But if they do not have self-control, let them get married. For it is better to marry than to burn with a sexual desire. If you are married or you're contemplating marriage, why did you get married, or why do you want to get married? Please share with me your thoughts on the comment section. I would really appreciate. And for those who have not subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe and turn on the notifications by clicking the bell button below, so that when I upload the other 6 reasons why people get married, you will immediately get notified. I look forward to seeing you on the next presentation. Have yourself a wonderful time. God bless.